Hello everyone. Yes, this is your boy EK. Doing the intro today because Jay-Z told me he didn't want to do it anymore, so I thought I'd give it a good whirl. Welcome back everyone. We this time we will be discussing what are we discussing again? Someone's forgotten to tell me what we're doing. Oh yes. Favorite ever gimmicks / characters.
For clarity, we told him 2 seconds ago. Bottle job, like Arsenal this season.
Oh. You know, if you said Bournemouth, it would have been much worse.
Fair, valid. No one needs to hear about them.
No one needs to hear about them. And just for the record, we are saying gimmicks or characters because for about half an hour couldn't understand what a gimmick was. So we put the slash there just so that he can understand. So without further ado, Rubes, seeing as you're sitting to my left, you can start us off.
With
Who is your number 3? We're only doing 3, not 5 this time. And for the record, just so everyone knows, none of us have seen what the others have at all. So this is all going to be completely generic, and hence why we're probably going to call Ruben a twat.
I put as number 3. I put Santino. I thought the whole comedy aspect of it was very funny. He also has a lot of interaction with stars that you don't see in the ring, don't see out ring, just for a comedy show. I still remember. Who was it? Who was it that played the whistle with the Cobra? Was playing the pipe.
Oh, what the fiddler?
Yeah.
Oh, who was it? Wasn't it Jinder?
It was Jinder Mahal. Yeah, he was trying to control the.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good.
Actually, please hinder the Jinder.
Well, that was a very funny gimmick.
Do you know what? I can't fault it. And do you know why I can't fault it? In number 3, I've only got Santino. Because as we know from the last episode, I am a Stantino of Santino.
Nice.
He's amazing. He's so amazing. He has probably the most, more than just his gimmick, as an absolute clown of the highest echelons of society, and the best, probably for my money, the best comedic character ever. Let's talk about the way he debuted. Let's talk about the way that he has possibly the most unique debut that I have ever seen in a WWE ring. Being randomly pulled out of the crowd when no one knew against Umaga to win the Intercontinental Championship. Absolutely incredible.
Never done before.
But nothing for me will ever beat the Cobra.
I know what you're going to say.
And the Cobra being controlled and controlled by
Socko.
Not just Socko, but Jinder.
Oh, Jinder, yeah.
Do you not remember?
Oh,
I mean, Socko versus the Cobra was hysterical, but Jinder controlling the Cobra was just insatiably brilliant. It was television at its top.
I really want them to do, now that obviously there's, TNA is, associated, and he is obviously the GM there. They need to do some kind of crossover with him on NXT with Ariana Grace, like properly, where he could even be her manager when she eventually does come back, or there needs to be something there where he's still involved, because I think having more of a crossover between TNA and WWE, and having NXT and TNA being very, very close, I think they need to do a joint show, like properly.
I agree.
He needs to be at the centre of that, whether that's TNA versus NXT. You could do that on Survivor Series when there's War Games next year. You could do that instead of...
Do you know what? I agree, and I have only 2 things to say in response to wrap this pick up. Baptista and John Cena. And on that note, EK, over to you, my friend.
Cena. Now, before I get on to my number 3, I just wanted to say one thing. I think you raised something there, and I think we definitely need to do this for another episode, is biggest comedy.
Yeah,
I agree. Definitely.
Let us know your thoughts as well, guys.
Yeah, please email us in with your thoughts. We're inundated with emails and need more, please. Number 3 for me. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be, doing the same as you guys, unfortunately. And then
This
finishing
feels
the
very
streak.
predictable.
Finishing
Like
the tripod.
someone's favourite wrestler is about to come out of his mouth.
But my number 3 is a current wrestler. He is the man. Yeah, LA Knight. Number 3. I mean, I could not put him in because he's one of the reasons I'm still watching at the moment. He's just unbelievable in the ring, underrated, on the mic, incredible. Rolls people up the wrong way. Half people don't know if he's a heel or a face. Half the time, he's the ultimate anti-heel. He's pretty much the new current Stone Cold and The Rock put together, and I think he's so just boring. Unbelievable and will be a world champion in the next year. And nobody can say otherwise.
Okay, I don't think it happens in the next year. I think there's too many big storylines first, but then maybe. However, I have a question for you to think on and come back at some stage with an answer to.
I can do it instantly.
If I am a Santino, what is the LA Knight equivalent? Because that is what you are.
The Night Raiders.
That's the lamest thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Rubes, over to you for your number 2, my friend.
I kind of wish I didn't say that out loud. We're all good.
It is what it is.
You had a shocker there.
That's not shocking. It's a great decision. I just love him at the moment, and he's creeped into my top 3 because of it.
So my number 2, it was more of like the gimmick. It lasted for so long. It's Team Hell No. There's the whole aspect of it. The fact that a key thing with me was when they hugged in the ring and they made a whole thing about them hugging, and they went to therapy. Then there was the yes, no chanting. I loved all of it. It just made me laugh. Like how I know it kind of ruined Kane's image in a way because they did take the piss out of like the fact that he was meant to be this really dark person, and they made him comedy. But I thought the whole thing was very, very funny.
I don't think it's the worst pick in the world.
It's not a bad pick, and obviously it kind of reiterates what I said in the last episode about him being underrated, Kane. Anyway, because he could show different faces, not just masks.
Now I'm going for someone who I wouldn't say is underrated on that note, but I would say I think this has been one of my personal favourite gimmicks of all time. Mm-hmm. It is DX version of Hunter.
Ooh.
Okay. I think now some of the comedy and some of the lines, are they so far outdated in today's age? Yes. At the time, were they acceptable for whatever reason? Yes.
Probably weren't acceptable.
I think
they just wouldn't say anything about it.
The character he played, not necessarily the content, but the character that he played, I think is superb. I think it was truly the point in which being a wrestler and being an athlete actually meets some form of genuine art to play a character, portray someone, and to draw a reaction the way that he did. Specifically, the way that he did, I think was superb. So that is yet another impassioned debate by me, which apparently seems that I'm doing a lot these days.
You never don't debate. You should have been in the debating club at school, mate.
Over to you, my friend. Are we on number 1 now?
No, this is DOS.
Hit us up.
Number 2. So, my number 2, Daniel Bryan, but the Yes movement. Daniel Bryan, not the Earth guy, not the one before he was the Yes man, but when he was the Yes. And
I couldn't deal with the Earth guy in his hemp title. It was a bit odd.
Shambles. I didn't not like him because he was my favourite anyway at the time, and it was my favourite for at least 5 or 6 years. A couple of years, it was my favourite before he was even the Yes man. But this put him on the map. I think he's the biggest example of how someone can get over without meaning to get over and shouldn't have got over in the way that he did it. He didn't push himself. He didn't really push. This was the first, in my opinion, example of the WWE universe, in quotes, putting someone else over above what they actually had planned. And the reason that we're seeing people like LA Knight come through, and the reason that we're seeing last year Cody Rhodes get that WrestleMania moment, is all because of how Daniel Bryan was able to somehow get himself over when he's not supposed to, and that has brought a lot of other people up the system because of it. I think he deserves a lot of respect for how he somehow got over without meaning and shouldn't have got over at the time.
Listen, it's not on my list, but you convincing me. I completely it's fair. You know,
I just think you can't. Obviously,
You do have
incredibly
Daniel
gifted,
Bryan.
incredibly gifted. Technical wrestler anyway in his own right. But as soon as he was getting over, everyone kind of just saw how good he actually was and should have been treated the whole way through. I mean, just even before he became the yes man, and everyone was kind of. Do you remember when there was multiple world champions in the ring, and all of a sudden the crowd was only chanting his name, and that's how it all started?
I think he's a good
Too
choice. I do.
You're looking at me like I'm rambling. Am I rambling?
A little bit.
Okay, go on, Rubes.
Rubes, over to you. Number 1, my friend.
So my number
Oh
one,
God, incoming Brodus
it's going to be
Clay.
very different to what you guys have put.
Oh God.
But my person has so many faces. It was
Please
all relying
do not
on
be him.
one aspect, but she worked it very well. My number one's AJ Lee.
Wow.
Oh
Which
my
brought
God.
out-
Okay.
That was not expected at all.
She just was amazing, especially as one of the best things was the kiss of death to Daniel Bryan at Mania. The turn, but she had a thing with Dolph Ziggler. She also brought Big E into the company. Not into the company, but into the spotlight as being a bodyguard. She also had the kiss with John Cena. She was flirting, mucked around in the ring, was getting people's faces. She also had a very good finisher, and she was really good in the ring. So yeah, I put AJ Lee.
I'm really conflicted
So am I.
because I think I'm not just conflicted, but I'm worried because he's somewhat making sense for once.
I think I'm just slightly confused because I just was not expecting that. I was very much expecting an Enzo Amore kind of thing.
I was honestly
That's
so
exactly what I was
upset when she
expecting.
left. She was so good.
I
Three-time
really,
Divas champion. So good.
I really thought we were going down the Enzo
Mm.
Amore route for a minute. So do you know
To be
what?
fair, look, she brought a lot of attention to the women's division at that point. There's no doubt that she's, very, very good. I would just not have her anywhere near my top 3 of all time.
Are we ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready
I'm ready.
for number 1
Oh, here we go.
on my list? Not quite.
Sorry, I have to do our Lord and Saviour. Come on.
Not quite. It is the big man. It is the greatest of all time. Fuck your Roman Reigns for that one. It is the absolute, undisputed greatest of all time, John Cena. But it's not the modern John Cena. No. It is obviously Thugonomics John Cena.
Oh,
It is
what a
undoubtedly
character.
It's his best gimmick.
undoubtedly his best gimmick.
Mhm.
He was undoubtedly going to retire as the greatest of all time. It is the greatest gimmick. It is the gimmick that helped get SmackDown even to where it is today, and in establishing it is a second brand. He was money wherever he went. People still, when they look back at him and they want him and they want to see him, they want that version of him with an edge, maybe even back as a heel.
Could you imagine him?
The reality is, in the next year, when he retires, every single match he has, people are going to clamour. People are going to say word life. People are going to be dressed up as Thugonomic Cena. That's the reality.
You dressing up as Thugonomic Cena in your
I absolutely would.
on your own without no one being there.
It is for me the greatest gimmick of all time,
Okay.
and purely
Not bad.
because it was also on the greatest wrestler of all time, and that was his greatest gimmick, and that is my logic.
I like
Mic
it.
drop.
I like it. Question. Will he come back as Thugonomics John Cena?
It's never
No, but
not
do I
chance.
think he should if Netflix does allow them to go and
Yes.
do what they want?
Yes.
I think part of his stint next year, I think yes. I think maybe you send him out as Thugonomic Cena, but at some point, yes, I think you should. I think the world needs one last word life
One
rap.
last dance,
Agreed.
as they say.
And even if it's just him versus Kurt in a stupid rap battle at some stage in a match, a karaoke rap adapt match next year,
come on, man.
make it happen.
You know who he has to rap against. Starts with R and ends in truth.
Of course, both of them. I think
That would be
make it a
comedy
rap
gold.
battle.
Oh, that'd be comedy gold.
But that is where I'm at with it.
Okay.
EK, number one for you, my friend.
I will take it away. Take us
Please
home.
do.
My number one. What? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Generally, Stone Cold Steve Austin, but mainly when he was against Mr. McMahon. And that whole couple of years when he literally broke the business in half. Let's be honest here. There's no one that single-handedly won the Attitude Era other than Stone Cold. You can say everyone else was involved, but if they weren't there, they wouldn't have won it. If he wasn't there, sorry, they wouldn't have won it. And
I think it's a good shout.
He's the one that got me into wrestling. He's the one that got me hooked, and I can never look past. I just can never look past him as the greatest, in my opinion, of all time, because of how much heat he could get, how much, just generally how much the crowd loved him for a long period of time. And I don't think you could have as big of a pop now. Still, I think he's the biggest pop of all time. In terms of just being in an arena, having that much noise, he could just make it didn't matter where he went. He just brought so much unbelievable atmosphere, and I think that he's just, in my opinion, he has to be my number one.
I'm not mad about it, and I think, do you know what? On the whole, I think we've actually got some very sensible opinions and options here. I mean,
this is a very big first.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the definition of what you would call diplomatic as an episode. We've towed the party line. We've been diplomatic, unified, and a unified front. It's been glorious. Will it ever happen again?
Probably not.
Probably not. No, exactly. So, on that note, thank you everyone for listening. We've had a lot of fun. If you would like to get in touch with us, the email address is WOWrestling24@gmail.com. Drop us a message. If you follow us on socials, great. If not, you can find them when you're listening to this. They're listed on the same webpage. And please do just give us a follow. And that's it from us. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
See you on the next one.
See you later.